Hello friends, in my last video where I shared my new 55 Jackie Robinson card, I talked about a decision that changed what card I was going to have alongside it from the 55 set, and it actually caused a ripple through my post-war collection, where it is affecting multiple cards of multiple players.
We're caught up in a chain reaction.
So let's walk through all the changes I've decided to make for my post-war Hall of Fame collection, where it's one card of every player. So stick around and check that out.
Where else would I be going?
Hello friends, I am John and I am the 3D 80s kid. Today is a great day to talk about baseball cards, and with that, let's talk about the changes in my post-war Hall of Fame collection that have taken place as a result of getting this gorgeous, once again, Jackie Robinson card added to my collection.
It's gorgeous.
And originally, it was then seated alongside this 55 card of Hal Newhouser, which, I like the fact that they are placed where the large portrait is on the opposite side, so they're not completely identical in that regard. But ultimately, with them both being yellow, I wanted to represent a different background color from this set with the second card of my choosing.
Yeah, they were all yellow.
So away goes the Hal Newhouser. And the card that is now going to sit alongside Jackie Robinson for 1955 is this other new pickup. That is Al Kaline, a second-year card of Mr. Kaline, which is a gorgeous red background, similar to the background of his 1954 rookie card. And the moment I saw this one, it's just like the photo popped off the card. It's almost like it feels almost three-dimensional with how vivid and vibrant the up-close photo is on this card, just popping off. And love the swinging pose next to it is classic with the old Tiger logo. Great card there, which now continues on with the chain effect, because like I stated before, Mr. Newhouser has a limited supply of cards. And the 49 leaf card for him being a super short print rookie card, making it really like a four-figure card, even in bottom-level grades, is not something I have any interest in. We're steering clear, once again, of rookie cards here on my wall. So
I would think that we know each other well enough by now.
My only then mainstream option for him is this, which I will pop on the screen right here, of a 53 Topps card of his, which is a great shot of him throwing. Really nice looking card, so I'm happy with that as a replacement ultimately for my collection. But to go alongside of, would you see right here, my Satchel Paige card of 1953, I had already acquired this one of Minnie Minoso. So now this card is going to have to be swapped out. And ultimately, what I decided for him is related to another card that I had been feeling like I might want to swap out anyways. And so for Minnie Minoso, I stuck with 1953 and went with this card right here, the 53 Bowman color Minnie Minoso. What a classic shot of him. It's tough to beat that one. I know Lou Rock is a huge fan. Shout out to Lou Rock. But the card that is getting bumped now from 53 Bowman is actually the card that turned me onto the set in the first place, actually. And that would be this 53 Bowman color Roy Campanella, which was my entry into that set in the first place, as I thought this was a great shot of him. But honestly, the YouTube power of, seeing a classic card over and over and over again has ultimately made me want to replace this one of Roy Campanella with the 1951 Bowman Roy Campanella that you can see pictured here, which I have yet to acquire, as one of my representatives from 51 Bowman. And so that it requires me to bump another card, which The one that is getting bumped is, there's no way going to be the one I love over here. 51 Yogi Berra will stay where it's at. I love that shot of Yogi Berra. So I'm going to have Campy and Yogi, two of the greatest catchers of all time, together in the same set. And the guy that is getting bumped is this near the end of his career player manager card of Lou Boudreau, which is a really nice photo of him. Now, he's a guy that started kind of in the wartime era, so he doesn't really have a lot of cards either. Now for him, it was actually reasonably priced for me to get the card I have already picked up as the replacement for him. And that is this one right here, which is the 49 Leaf. This one graded a 2, but I thought this one was really nice where the clarity on the card is very decent for, one of the issues with a lot of the cards in this set is that you almost get like a double image going on. They clearly had printing issues involved with this set. And this one was a pretty nice looking copy to me for being a 2 grade. So I am happy to have this on my wall, where this one with the yellow background and the blue background for the letters will join my card up here of Bobby Dorr. That's the blue background with the red border there for the letters. So, multiple color combinations that I got to represent that set, which, I kind of love that, where I'm trying to get these pairings of cards from each of these sets. And my original plan for a second card in Leaf besides the Bobby Dorr was actually this one here of Flash Gordon, or Joe Gordon, Joe Flash Gordon there. And this one being a later in his career card with the Indians. But, for him, he made his Hall of Fame career with the Yankees. So I was actually hoping to possibly get something going for him with the Yankees. He's another guy who, because of the wartime, does not have a lot of cards to choose from. Because if you look at the sets issued, he did not make it to the play ball sets, but he was in the 41 double play set. And that double play set has 2 different variations, where one of them is a portrait pose, which I'll show the examples here. So there's the portrait pose Joe Gordon example, and then there is the one that is the action shot here with him swinging. And I found a card that actually is a duplicate of this 1941 photo, and it happens to be on a 47 issued card, which creates another tandem in my whole pairing because, I like things to be balanced. I can't help it. That's part of, my obsessiveness with some of this collecting I'm doing. So it is going to actually be a compatriot to my 47 Bond bred Joe DiMaggio, and I've already got this one in hand with the 47 Bond bred Joe Gordon, which, as you can see, is a duplicate of that same photo used in the 41 double play set. Just a slightly different cropping to that photo. So this one, a great looking copy that I was able to snag in an auction. Now, these are very limited supply on these cards. No one knows for sure what the ungraded population of these things is, but SGC is the only grading company that really does these of any quantity. You can occasionally find one in a CGC. I think with the Joe DiMaggio, there's 59 copies in SGC and 1 in CGC. So his is the most graded from that set, other than Jackie Robinson, I think. So, but this one, there are only 26 graded copies of, because, it's a lower dollar card that, people aren't going to get graded as much. So who knows how many ungraded ones exist, but, it's still a tougher card to find. So I was happy to get this one in an auction. The final price, I believe, was $112 for this guy. So, seemed to be a decent going rate for a Bond-bred Hall of Famer. So happy to have this one join me on my wall. And then, so that sort of carries out that run there where I've gone back with, starting point there. But to intercept Al Kaline, I actually already had an Al Kaline card in another set. So there's a little more left in my chain reaction that has occurred. And that would be 1959. I had this gorgeous copy of Al Kaline that was the partner to my Frank Robinson card. That is still up here. And so now my target for joining Frank Robinson in the 59 set would be this guy here, a 59 Bill Mazeroski with the gorgeous yellow border on that one. And I actually think it's actually a better photo of him being with a fielding pose, being as he is, his primary strength was possibly, arguably the greatest fielding second baseman of all time. A lot of people think he was definitely the greatest ever as far as how fast he could turn a double play. And so to me, it's way more appropriate to have him in this fielding pose than my original selection for him, which was this card from 1961 Topps. And so now that one is getting replaced. And now is going to be this one, which is a 1961 Willie McCovey, which has the classic Dawn Field of Dreams kneeling pose, which is actually the same photo from the card I originally picked for Willie McCovey, which was this one in 63. And so now the new 63 card is kind of up in the air a little bit, because what I am seeing is there is going to be an upcoming Veterans Committee selection. So I may have another person in play for my whole Hall of Famer plan. And so adding the Bond Bread card kind of opened a hole in my player run that can be filled by this new inductee soon. And what might happen, depending on who gets selected, is that I can shift Billy Williams, who's currently on this card of my plan for 65, into this card for 63. And, if the person doesn't fit in the range, like Dick Allen's rookie is 64, so I might choose his 65 card instead of the Billy Williams and use the 63 Billy Williams, which is still, a different photo, but a nice photo for Billy Williams. So that's a possibility, or depending on if it's somebody different, perhaps it is Ken Boyer. Who knows? I'm not going to be in the game of predicting who the Veterans Committee is going to pick. We will wait and see, and I will kind of not be buying the cards that are in this range. Like I have, on hold definitely for buying the Billy Williams, no matter what comes up in auction, because I'm just going to wait and see who the Veterans Committee picks before I then fill that hole. And even some of these other holes that I haven't bought yet, I'm gonna freeze my post-war vintage buying just to wait and see the result of that, so then I can reform my plan, and then that'll last me what is it, 3 years before that committee would meet again. That would be that far back in time. So kind of will take care of things and hold things steady for a while. But some of you might say, you're wasting lots of money with this. Now you're going to have to sell these. You're going to have to buy new ones. But, honestly, this whole process of picking cool looking cards, it's fun. I'm having fun doing this. So that's what this is all about, right? If I lose a little money on them, the resale of these cards in eBay fees or whatever relative to what I paid for them before, so be it. I got to enjoy them for a while. They're great cards. And it's part of, the expense of this hobby. It's a hobby. It's for fun. I'm being entertained. So that's all that matters, right? So,
that sounds good to me.
Right.
with that note, everybody, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.
Well, see you next time.
Yeah, unless I get lucky and break a leg. Okay, John, what are you trying to do to me? I'm all set to collect the John 3D 80s post-war Hall of Fame run. And how am I going to collect these cards?